Hey everyone, I just read How to Break a Dragon's Heart by Cressida Cowell, and it was really good. It did feel very transitional though. It's a book about Hiccup, the son of a Viking chief, who, along with his entire tribe, is searching the barbaric archipelago for his friend Kamikaze, who vanished at sea in the middle of a storm, which puts him on a collision course with the island of Berserk and its monstrous inhabitants. The prose? There is a ton of stuff going on in this book. Kamikaze's disappearance, Fishlegs wanting to be more than just a sidekick, Hiccup trying to hold things together in the face of Chief Ugg the Uglyfug's schemes, as well as a few blasts from the distant past hinted at in earlier entries. But it all fits together really well, and no part of it feels like it's overshadowed by any other. Plus, it was great to just get right into the action. On a technical level, the plotting and pacing here is fantastic. I also really liked the character stuff. It's nice to see Fishlegs get a bit more depth in his attempts to find himself. It's great to have Toothless not be a selfish idiot for the entire book for a change. It was super cool to learn more about Hiccup's ancestors and how awful some of them were. Yeah, it was all good. And contrived though the many coincidences may be, I really enjoyed how pretty much every major character in the setting, aside from Stoic, ends up on Berserk without any of them expecting the others to be present. It was a lot of fun. The cons? When I said no aspect of this book felt overshadowed despite the sheer amount of plot threads going on, I will admit that if there is a weakest link, it is probably the inhabitants of Berserk itself. None of them are very interesting. They basically only exist to be the reason all the important characters end up at the same place at the same time. Their chief doesn't even get a name in the end. This is a con I admittedly can't think of a solution for because the book kind of falls apart if you don't have it, and there's no one you can really replace her with, but having Kamikaze, the only leading lady in the series, end up captured and having her rescue be the inciting incident of the plot just played into old boring tropes that I'm really not a fan of. I'm not saying it didn't work, but as a plot device it's tired. And as I mentioned at the start of this review, this book feels like a transitional work with how many characters it introduces and how many plot threads it sets up for future entries, to the point where it feels like there's something missing, like it's not completely whole in and of itself. I really enjoyed this book. I hope the work it put into setting up the final 4 entries pays off. I can't suggest it on its own given how much context is required from earlier books in the series to really get the most out of it, but if you or anyone you know is looking for some light historical fantasy entertainment, then this series is a definite recommend, and I'm giving How to Break a Dragon's Heart an A. It straddles the line between A and B, but I think it barely makes it over. What did you think of the book? Let me know in the comments down below, and while you're there, why not leave a suggestion for what I should read next? I promise I'll get to it eventually. If you liked the review and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and share the video around. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.